Abbie, let's firstly talk about last weekend, a 7-0 win away from home to Billericay. What were your kind of biggest takeaways from that game?
Yeah, I was really delighted with us. I thought we went out there with a clear plan on how we wanted to play. We wanted to score goals. We knew that there was no shame or worry in saying that, and we did exactly that. We kept a clean sheet, nullified them to pretty much no attempts on our goal. Was really professional with how we played, and it was the third game in a week, so it was really important to make sure that the squad was rotated and minutes were shared amongst the group. And yeah, it was a nice way to top off a tough week.
What was the journey like? I mean, it's one of the was that the furthest away game of the season? But I mean, what's it like sitting on the coach for that long and obviously staying there tonight?
Yeah, it's not ideal. It's not the comfortablest coach in the world this weekend, and there were a few characters missing, so it was relatively quiet trip up. But I say every week, but the group of players is a fantastic group to be around. So whether or not you're sat on a coach for 5 hours or spending your entire weekend with them, it's sometimes there's no better place you'd want to be with the people that you care about, that are donning the shirt every week and giving you everything. So yeah, it was a nice weekend, and it was like I said, off the back of a tough week, it was probably just the sort of weekend we needed to be around each other, barring all the coughs and splutters that we've got at the moment in the squad.
You mentioned the last week of football. Obviously, it's been a busy 10 days for the club. Sophie Gillies netted her 100th goal for the team on Wednesday against Plymouth, and then she was at her best once again on Sunday, netting another hat-trick. I mean, what does it take to stop someone like her scoring goals week in, week out? How can she be stopped? Yeah,
I'm not going to say anything on that. Hopefully she can't be stopped and she keeps scoring more goals. I was actually quite critical of her on Sunday. I felt like she should have scored more, and she'll know that and she'll reflect on that, I'm sure. But look, Sophie Gillies is a proven goal scorer at this football club, at this level. Second in the Golden Boot last year, leading the charts this year. She's a fantastic person, fantastic player. We're super lucky to have a player like that in our ranks, and that has come through our setup and is doing incredibly well as well. So yeah, really delighted for her from a personal perspective. Obviously, as a team, we needed to continue scoring goals, and it was a big goal on Wednesday night because I thought we played really well in spells in that game, under a lot of pressure, which we knew we would be, but we knew we'd have chances. And when the ball falls to Sophie Gillies, you want her to score. You know that she's got a feeling that she is going to score. To have two players in our squad that have both hit the 100 mark in Sarah and Soph is an incredible place to be, right? What a football team we must be to provide chances to them to put away. So yeah, really delighted for them.
Looking at another one of the goal scorers that we had on Sunday, Georgia Vicario was able to net her first league goal after a stunning strike a couple of weeks ago away to Torquay. I mean, you must be so proud of such a young player being able to come into the squad and score goals like she is.
Yeah, incredibly proud of her. She's a fantastic character to have around the squad as well. She's settled in really well, and I think that's a testament to the teammates around her, but also a testament to her. She's not come in thinking that she's going to start every week. She's been the best player at under 16 level for quite some time in and around the region, and to then have to take a little step backwards and almost watch from the sidelines has probably been a really difficult adjustment for her personally, but one that she's adjusted to incredibly well. Set back in an injury early in the season that derailed her for quite a long period of time. 6 to 8 weeks on the touchline is hard as well mentally for any player, but we know she's got bags of talent, and to come on and do what she did at Torquay and then again at Billericay, start the game, score a fantastic header. She's more than just a 16-year-old playing women's football. She's a real good character. She's going to be a fantastic stalwart for the football club, and I have no doubt if she follows in the front two's footsteps, she'll have another 100 goals for this football club as well if she wants it. She has bags and bags of talent. If she wants to play higher, she probably could test herself as well, which is an incredible option for us, is to make sure that we give her those opportunities and the platform to shine. But yeah, what a great opportunity for 16-year-olds to be playing Tier 3 football.
You said after the Plymouth game, obviously a 1-1 draw at home, you said that your overriding feeling was frustration after that result. I imagine a lot of that frustration was kind of taken out after the 7-0 win on Sunday.
Yeah, it was two completely different games of football. One where we didn't have a lot of the ball and we had to defend really well and play sort of a transitional game on the long ball, sort of on breakdowns and get our chances. And I came away disappointed because I felt like we could have scored more goals against Plymouth. Whilst they dominated the possession, there's no hiding from that. It didn't hurt us a lot, and I felt like we hurt them more. And then the flip side of that then against Billericay is we're the ones dominating the ball and having to make sure that we take our chances. And again, don't feel like we took enough chances, but I was obviously incredibly pleased with a 7-0 scoreline. So that's football. That's what it will do. It'll take you on an emotional roller coaster as well. But we've just got to highlight when those moments in games and certain games are, if we're not going to have a lot of the ball, and when we do have it, we need to punish teams, and then vice versa. When we do have the ball, we need to make sure that again we hurt teams with it. So we're a team that's in a transition. We're learning a lot at the moment. We're completely changed the style of football compared to last season as well, and incredibly proud of the girls for adapting to that. And where we're sitting at the moment is not far off where we would have been last season in terms of points. So whilst everybody around us is doing well, we are also doing incredibly well and punching way above our weight as well. So really proud of our girls.
What's it like visiting a team like Billericay who've made, they've had a difficult start to the season, they've had their fair share of problems on and off the pitch. Does that kind of play on your mind when you visit a team like that at all, or have you kind of just got to focus on the football? I actually think it's probably more of a character for them, turning in week out and getting these heavy defeats and things like that. The way that they play, they're trying to do all the right things. They've got incredibly young players, 16, 17-year-olds playing for them. They're doing the right things, and from a women's football perspective, tip your hat to them that they're giving young players opportunities to play. My message to the girls was, as nice as that is and as good as that is, that we have to be ruthless. We're not here to say thank you and just turn up. We have to get 3 points. We have to close some goal difference gaps down. We want to play well. We're 3 unbeaten. Let's make it 4 unbeaten. That breeds confidence. So it was important that we went there with the right mindset. But the right mindset was, let's do the right things. And I'm pleased that we did that. You've had the benefit in the last few games of quite a fairly strong squad depth. I mean, what's it like sharing different games across the different players? I mean, what's the latest with the kind of overall squad depth? Is there any more injuries, or what's the overall fitness like? So it's been difficult to manage, I would say. We've got an incredibly talented squad. There's 18 players that are more than capable of starting every single league game. It's my job to make sure I manage those players, to make sure that the right 11 are on the pitch for certain things. They've all got individual attributes that are incredible, so I need to make sure that we have the best 11 on the pitch for that moment. But equally, we've got people that can come off and off the bench and finish the game strongly for us. So sometimes it's about what we might need second half than it is first half, that's my job. I've built this squad for that. I love it. The girls hate it. They want to play every minute of every game, right? That's the competitive nature in them. They're athletes. They want that. So it's been difficult. We've been in the last probably 3 weeks in a bit of a difficult situation. We've got players that are really struggling with illness. I think COVID's hit us quite hard this last couple of weeks. We've struggled with numbers at training through those reasons. We didn't have Bo on the weekend through that reason. Jess Sandland again was missing through that reason. Myself was knocked out a couple of weeks ago through that reason. So it's hit us hard, but we've not felt sorry for ourselves. You can't feel sorry for yourselves. You've got to utilise what we've got. The players are good enough to step up. And we just need to make sure that they take that belief. It's all very well and good me saying that they're good enough, but they need to believe that in themselves and then put in a performance on Sunday that replicates that. And I have no doubt, and the results show that they have. I've had to change things because of those reasons, and we've won football matches and we're on an unbeaten run at the moment. So they've stood up to that mantle and they've done really well. So again, incredibly proud of them. Bournemouth at home this weekend in the League Cup. What can you expect from this game?
Exactly the same what we've faced with them in the league. They're a very talented side, full-time opposition. They'll have plenty of time to come up with a game plan and execute it against us. We know how we can hurt teams, and that's our skill set. That's our strength. Is we are incredibly good without the ball. We can be very, very dangerous without the ball, and we just need to know our strengths. And I think the game against Argyle have given us confidence in our way that we play. the confidence then against Torquay and Fulham and Billericay and scoring so many goals shows that we can be really dangerous when we're going forward. So we need to use all those tools and all our skill set to hurt Bournemouth on the weekend. They're going to dominate the ball. They're going to be really comfortable in possession. We know that. That's not going to surprise us. But we know how to hurt them. And it's just a case of if we get it right on the day, we'll come out on top.
Obviously, we've got League Cup this weekend. We've got FA Cup in another few weeks. So you must be looking at these two chances as to go on, a cup run. I mean, how far do you and the team want to go in this competition? Yeah,
cup competitions are fantastic, right? It gives you, it's not necessarily a free hit, but it does give you an option to try different things and to try things that you may not need to try in the league. So cup competitions are important, as you've touched on already. Nice big squad to help rotate and manage that. The FA Cup is priority for us purely because of the funding that's involved in the FA Cup, and I would be lying if I'd sit here and say that we'll prioritise this weekend. We won't be. We'll be prioritising the league in Chatham, but that's no there's no secret to my squad as well. We know that. We want to do well. We don't want to lose any football match. This group of players, as I've touched on already, are athletes. They want to win everything. They're really good competitors. We're used to winning football matches, as are Bournemouth. So it'll be a really, really tricky tie this weekend. But yeah, I'll make no secrets in that I'm favouring the league and the FA Cup over the League Cup.
Talking about the league and, mainly focusing on the league, this run of results we've run have been in various different competitions, so you must be hoping to carry these run of results back into the league when we return to the league again next weekend against Wimbledon.
Yeah, absolutely. I think it's 2 cup wins and 2 league wins, so unbeaten in 4. It's our strongest run of the season so far to date, and we need to. You need to win football matches. It breeds confidence. It breeds feel good around the group, and we need that as a football club and as a city at this moment in time anyway. So yeah, we're not shying away from that. We're hoping we can take the really good performances. They've been really good performances as well in different aspects, as I've touched on already. Without the ball against Plymouth, with the ball against Billericay, it was a tough tie against Fulham, a team that have come in to dominate, that have won a lot of football matches. Tricky tier 4 opposition, dominating their league, doing really well, scoring freely, and it was a game of 2 halves really. We absolutely blew them away in the first half, and then they had their fair share of second half performance. So yeah, if we can keep taking the best parts of each game and each performance into Sunday, and then have another good performance, taking that into the league against Wimbledon next weekend, that's the priority for me, and that's what I'll be hoping for and aiming for. Training's been fantastic. The group have been really at it. So as I said, it breeds confidence, and that's what we need right now.
Now that Halloween's out the way, we can start looking towards our annual Christmas train with the team event. I'm sure you and the players must be looking forward to that. Yeah,
it's an event that we absolutely love. I think I'll be lying if I wouldn't say that we are big Christmas people here at the football club. The group of players throw themselves and immerse themselves into the social calendar around that as well. So they've notoriously been, sell-out events, spectacular events. We've had to put on extra nights, and we're going to do another one this year, and I'm sure that we'll see, all the same faces that we see, but hopefully we'll see many more, and the girls will be signing autographs and giving presents out and making it a real good, feel-good event. So yeah, one that we're really looking forward to.
Sophie, a 7-0 win on Sunday against Billericay Town away. What was your kind of biggest takeaway from that result?
Ab said at the start that we shouldn't take a win for granted. And we know we had to go in there, play our best. I think at the end of the season, goal difference can really matter. So we still went with a game plan and executed it well.
It hasn't been the smoothest start, for the team, but it must be satisfying to see this kind of run of form build on, in 3 different tournaments, 4 games unbeaten. It must be really satisfying just to see the performances paying off.
Yeah, 100%. I don't think anyone was quite worried about the start. Obviously, there's a few results that we would have liked to be different, but I don't think anyone's ever doubted our playing style, and recently it's just clicked and the results have followed. So.
Billericay was obviously one of the furthest journeys in the league this season for us. Firstly, what was the journey like, and what was it like, having one of those overnight trips?
Yeah, I think the girls tend to enjoy them when they don't come too close together. It's a long way, but it's also a great opportunity to bond.
Was there any karaoke on the bus? I know when the last time you had to do an overnight trip, apparently there was karaoke on the bus. But
yeah, there normally is, but Bo Jackson wasn't there, so there wasn't.
Another hat-trick for yourself on Sunday after netting your 100th goal for City against Argyle last Wednesday. I mean, what an achievement this is, and I mean, how can you stop scoring goals?
Hopefully I don't.
But you must be proud of that achievement nonetheless.
Yeah, definitely. It's a massive achievement, and to do it at SJP as well, it was almost perfect timing. Yeah, hopefully many more to come.
One thing I have to ask is there was a bit of controversy on Sunday when Emily Poole took that free kick, and was the goal over the line, or should it have gone to...
Yeah, I'll admit, for her it was a great free kick and it did go over the line, but the liner didn't give it, so shows you always have to play to the
poacher's
whistle.
finish, wasn't it?
Yeah.
Like I said, that's now 4 games unbeaten for the team in 3 different tournaments. So you know the hard work you've been putting on, everyone's been putting on in the training pitch must be really paying off.
Yeah, 100%. Like I said before, the team's kind of clicked now and the results are showing it. Happy to be in all 3 competitions still. Hopefully we can progress. FA Cup's massive for us, so we'll really focus on that as well and hopefully climbing up the league table.
Bournemouth at home this Sunday in the League Cup. What can you expect from them?
I think they'll be really organised. They're always a great team. It's always a competitive game. I think if we stick to the game plan, we'll be all right. Yeah, excited for it.
Obviously, one of the teams that are in the league with us as well. Is it any different going into a fixture like this when we've played them in the past? Yeah,
it's a bit different because it's not the first time we've played them this season. We sort of know what to expect, although they can change. I imagine they'll still be really strong. They'll play their best team. So yeah.
Obviously, you're going to want to win this weekend, but what can this do for form for the rest of the season? Looking at the league,
I think it would really help. It would really give a boost to the girls, not only to go far in the League Cup competition, but to carry it on to the league games we have coming up. A really important run of games.
It was announced this week that we're doing our annual Christmas Train with the Players event here at Cliff Hill again. I mean, I'm sure you and the players must be looking forward to that one already.
Yeah, it's always a great event to have all the kids come over. They love it. It's always chaotic but fun. Yeah.
Nice one, thank you.